Well then, welcome to this new week. My name is Jadiel Kabiro. This is Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. Joining me for today's conversation is the one and only founder of this channel, Herman Manyora. How are you doing this new week?
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Oh,
I like the energy with that one.
Wonderful.
Okay, let's talk about...
We're doing fine.
Oh.
Yes.
Today's conversation is a reaction to what you said on Saturday. Good God, people have reacted. People are speaking. People are saying, it's too early, Prof. It's too early to come up with your numbers saying that Raila, Uhuru, the institution, it's difficult for Ruto to beat Raila Odinga. Is it too early, though?
No, it's not too early. The path is clear. You can see where we are going.
Oh.
Yeah. Some of the things that are constant. There are constants. A constant, for example, is that Ruto is running against Raila. That's a constant. That can't change with time.
Oh.
No, it has not. It has been so. It is so and it will be so.
Oh.
Another constant is that Uhuru is in the mix and is on Raila's side. That's another constant. And the constant, according to me, is that in terms of ranking, Ruto ranks behind Uhuru. Uhuru follows Raila. Raila was following Moi. In terms of if you are looking at the politicians you have to fear in this country. Really tough men, shrewd.
Is that your opinion? Is that what it is? Because you
Yes.
said former President Daniel Moi, and then you said Uhuru Kenyatta,
Raila
Odinga,
Yes.
Uhuru Kenyatta,
Then William Ruto.
then William
That
Ruto.
order.
Is that your
And the
order?
rest, you can't even get number 5 or 6 in this country.
Someone wanted to know, what have you based this on? What is that Daniel Arap Moi had that Deputy President doesn't currently?
We are looking at it and saying, with hindsight, Moi was a professor of politics. He used to say. Now we agree with him. Whenever things happen in this country, people would say, hii kama ni Moi alikuwa amemaliza hii. So what does that tell you? Yeah.
So you're saying...
Many of the things that Kina Uhuru have been facing and Kina Raila, Moi would have dealt with very easily.
Do you think Uhuru Kenyatta has failed a little bit? Because right now we've had this conversation on lame duck presidency. A president who doesn't act, you say he looks at the future, long term.
Yes.
Do you think he will help him, as you said in your video, that Raila has President Uhuru Kenyatta, and therefore it'll be very difficult for William Ruto to beat them? Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Uhuru is in this thing, and it's for the long game. Let me tell you, nobody can support you in politics just for the sake of it. He has his own interests. Goes without saying.
Yeah.
It may not be as narrow and as cheap as people are putting it, that he will control Raila. No, but he has his own interests. So, and he's supporting Raila. That's a fact. And I'm saying a combination of Raila and Uhuru, Ruto cannot beat. I could be wrong, but that's my assessment. And many Kenyans will agree with me. You know, it's like arguing, you are going to meet some of these, I'm a lawyer, but I don't care about football.
Yeah.
It's like saying the team you are going to
Manchester United.
Yeah. The 2 key players are down with injury. And you are saying they will still beat the other team. Which is the next team in importance?
Manchester City or Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Hey, man. During my day, I used to see people like Maradona and other Maradonas or what?
Yeah.
The Messi, so Ronaldinho, the computer.
Yeah.
If he's not in the team can't be the same.
So you're saying the president
Every coach is worried with injuries because a certain utility player is not being fielded. They may still win, but really you don't need scientific calculator to tell you what am I saying. So in the same way I'm saying, Uhuru, according to my assessment, is a master chess player of Kenyan politics. The grand master. Raila is a grand master. Ruto is there. Uhuru is there. These are tough players. And if one of them is facing 2 of them, surely 2 combined heads of the toughest you can have in this country, facing one tough one, I can predict the victory.
What are some of the things that would make you say that the president is tough? Because when you look at this term, there are things like Huduma Number. There are things like the Building Bridges Initiative, which even though you say it's on hold, well, it didn't go through the referendum. What are some of these things that you'd say Uhuru is still the man that will help Raila become president? He still has that influence and power. I
have told you, Uhuru is many things in one. First of all, he's a head of government and head of state. That comes with his own power. And it's not subject to debate. Because it has been debated in places like America. If a president is going for a second term, campaigning for a second term after 4 years, and is still the president, is it not unfair to the person running against him? Americans have had this debate.
Yeah.
Because he's still the man with the code to the nuclear. He's still the man with the Air Force One.
Yeah.
He's still the man who controls everything. And the presidents, including Clinton, have waged the war to raise their popularity.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You hit Libya. You hit Sudan, some president did that.
Yeah.
You do something in Iran. Qatar lost because of Iran. People wanted him to lose. He looked weak. And Reagan, the deep state wanted Reagan. Because Qatar was presenting an image of a very weak American president. And the weak deep state didn't like it. So they used the Iran war. In other words, incumbency comes with encumbrances also. But there's big gain. So if you bring the power of the office of the president to bear on an election, it will have an impact.
Okay.
So that's number one. I've said Uhuru as a person, I rank him highly as a politician. Higher than Ruto. Very shrewd. Look, in the first term, he made Ruto think he was running the country. Who has had the last laugh? It is him.
Yeah.
He has just done like that, and Ruto is nowhere, and he's continuing. When Moi was facing his toughest challenge, around 1990, I read something in a magazine, was it Africa Confidential, whatever it was, say Moi has one thing going for him that will make him survive this storm, and indeed he survived. The capacity to use you and dump you as if nothing happened. You are here and he just does that, the way he did to Njonjo.
The
and he
capacity
continues
to use you and
Yes.
dump you.
Yeah. You are here and then he just does that and you fall and he continues. What he did to Njonjo and others, Gigi Karaoke.
Yeah.
That trait. So Uhuru, is very deceptive. You think this is a weak person, but he will have his last laugh. He's the one who is the president now.
Some would say the president is carrying a lot of baggage. Clearly, if he isn't with Ruto, this baggage is going to befall on Raila Odinga.
Yes.
This baggage of cost of living.
Correct.
We were dealing with fuel.
Yes.
And this is going to reduce Raila's numbers simply
That
because
is that is
he
that
the
is that
president.
is that is big and significant. But Raila can wriggle out.
How?
It gets back to his strategy. Raila can present a comprehensive package to the country of how he will get them out of this. You know, Ruto is just talking, throwing slogans. Oh, 50 billion, oh, 100 billion, oh, bottom up. Raila can come with a comprehensive package of how he'll, like the way Trump came up, with very concrete measures to remove America from the swamp. Very concrete. To drain the swamp in Washington. So if Raila is seeing the way I'm seeing, he can present to the country. Say, I know we are suffering. This is how we'll get out. And people say, okay. Present it in a way the common man can get it. So Uhuru is there. Uhuru, I'm telling you, is also a Kenyatta. And this thing, people are taking this thing lightly.
And you've said it severally.
Yeah, they are taking it lightly. Uhuru can get away with a lot of things that Raila will not get away with. Ruto will not get away with. Because he's a Kenyatta.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you think after, if we bring all this baggage to their campaign trail, Uhuru will be able to deal with them and not let Raila go through all the pressure of showing that the president hasn't been that bad at all? Is that what you're saying?
He can succeed. He can succeed. Remember, a month or so ago at Sagana 3, whatever they call Sagana, I watched, I could not believe what I was seeing. They presented what Uhuru has done. And the people around the mountain kept quiet. They have never talked again. That Uhuru has not done something for them. The way that thing was presented, I watched and say, where have these guys been? I'm a communications guy. This is working. Uhuru is telling people, you can make the noise. You can say, I've never done something. It's okay. You are entitled to that. But as you say that, look at this. Okay, next, this. And people are like, I talked to a die-high Ruto Kikuyu man, a woman, and she said, now this is going to injure us. Because it was so well presented. Who tells you they can't do better than that?
Oh.
They can.
Let's look at the achievements of the president now.
Yes.
The deputy president has been using them to show that he has worked in government. If he continues using them, will this show that, will he get some of the numbers that the president has been getting and leading to Raila's side, on his side, by showing that, Deputy President William Ruto, by showing that in government we did this, and therefore these numbers will not go to Raila as we think because the president has worked?
You know what? Even a child cannot believe you when you say you have done. That what we have achieved is me. But what we didn't achieve, it is Uhuru Kenyatta. Even a child can't believe you. Even those cheering you, they know. There are things you have at the conscious and the subconscious level. Sometimes the subconscious will control your action. And vice versa. So even those who are saying Ruto did, they know deep inside them it's not possible. It's not possible that you are saying you are the one who was running the country. They will say, this was conceived on my desk at Karen, this in my Rambia. And then, if you brought the last mile electricity, good. Millions of Kenyans on the grid.
Yeah.
How are you going to escape from the fact that it is the same time we got all these fake transformers, all of them fake.
Okay.
Bought at 10 shillings each, when you could get from the top market at 6 shillings. How can you buy something 10 fake when the market has the best, the brand at 6 shillings? And they all collapsed.
Okay.
What happened to power posts? What happened to the mess in distribution and generation of electricity and all that and the pricing? So how are you going to run from that? Even a kid will not buy it.
Oh.
So that cannot work in the long run. Let me tell you this. What is going to finish Ruto are those contradictions, split personality kind of thing. Dishonest.
Personality.
Yeah. Where you say this, but then tomorrow you say this, and you are going to see a lot of, they are already flying in clips, small clips. You are going to see a lot of that. You say this today, tomorrow you say this, contradicting what you say.
Let's look at the numbers. You said if you do not agree that former Prime Minister Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta can become a formidable force, bringing numbers to this side.
Yes.
Let's look at the numbers themselves.
Correct.
You talked about Mount Kenya. Deputy President William Ruto right now has Justin Muturi. He has been showing that Mount Kenya is his for the taking.
And it's true also. It's quite true.
It's his for the taking.
It is his.
What then?
But then there's, as we say Mount Kenya belongs to Ruto, which is true as we speak, we must be allowed to say something else. And you must also allow us to call you out if you don't see it. That you'll need the turnout of 2017. A sensible man like me sees that as not likely. Number one.
Okay.
Number two, the numbers coming from all opinion polls, including those commissioned by the Tanga people, are giving them a maximum of 75%. They are doing so badly in places like Kirinyaga and Kiambu, much worse than other places. They are doing so well in places like Nyeri. But on average, Raila is bouncing on the mountain at 25%. So you must allow that as a fact. And then we can base ourselves on that fact and say, are you safe with Raila taking 25% of your vote? Are you still safe? And then we must also be allowed to ask the next question. Are you sure this is the best Raila can get? Because he has just achieved this in a short 2-3 months since he came on the political scene. Are you telling me as a political hit is generated as we move towards the election, he cannot make this 25% better? A common man, but with a sensible brain, will tell you it is likely this 25 will move higher. How high, you may not know. Some of us think up to 35-40%. There are those who may think 50. There are those who may think it will be 30. But it will go higher. The worst, of course, it will remain at 25. Are you safe at 25? That's a mountain for you.
Let me ask you, because he has been transversing the country.
Yes.
He has been trying to get votes in different parts. You said that even in Kwale, he's doing pretty well.
Yes.
What should he do so that he can get the numbers to beat Raila Odinga?
He should have done it earlier. It's too late. The energies he spent on the mountain, if he had spent less energy on the mountain and spent a lot more in Western, I'm telling you, I come from Western. If he had started with Western, he could be commanding a big chunk of Western. And when Mudavadi was coming on board, it would have sealed the fate.
Oh.
Yes. So that is something you can't do now.
What should he do?
You just continue campaigning. I have seen he has empowered Mudavadi and Wetangula. Continue doing that. I have seen at the cost is Kinaisha Juma. Empower them. Let them move. But I do not see, understanding Kenya as I do, It is very difficult to convince me that Ruto will get 50% of Western, which he needs to do in order to compensate what he's losing at in his key and major constituent, which is the mountain.
Even if he poaches some of the people in Azimio, I've heard that he called even Alfred Mutua. Justin Muturi said he's had these problems. They are all welcome to Kenya.
He has a big problem. The problem Ruto has with these people is that, first of all, remember our Kenyan politics is ethnic based, kingpin based, regional based, all right?
Yeah.
So it is very difficult to get somebody from the side of Uhuru to come to your side. It's so difficult. That's why some of us are viewing this Muturi thing with a lot of suspicion. Yeah, with a lot of suspicion.
What kind of suspicion?
No, let's not go there.
I remember
with a lot of suspicion.
I remember you said Waiguru is on the other side probably playing.
And we will see things. It's very difficult for a big person to leave Azimio and go to the other side. It is easier the other way around. Because of the way our Kenyan politics is played. Because of the name president. Because of the power of Raila. It's very difficult to convince me Oparanya can move to Ruto. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
But sometimes
it happens.
They are well persuaded.
It's a very rare thing.
Yeah.
So, I'm not seeing him gaining many of these people. It's too late for him. On the contrary, and in the fullness of time we shall see this. Some of these guys on the other side, you wait and see.
Let's wait and see until we do have these conversations again. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, so many people are watching this video. Maybe you are watching this video and you haven't subscribed to this channel. Please go ahead and subscribe. Click the notification bell so that once a new video comes up, you become the first one to view it. Until we do have these conversations again, thank you so much. And I've forgotten something. We're planning on going live.
Yeah.
Tell your friends. We might be going live very soon. So click that notification bell. Have yourself a lovely rest of your day.